Hello students, today we will study the Theorem 5.1. This is the topic of Standard 9, chapter number 5, Introduction to Euclid's Geometry. So till now we have studied about the Euclid's definitions, axioms and postulates. Now we have to study the theorem. So what is the difference between the axiom, postulate and the theorem? Axiom and postulates are the universal truth. They do not need to prove, while the theorems are the statements that need to prove. Right? So what is the first theorem that is given by the Euclids and we have to study in this chapter? So the very first theorem 5.1 is two distinct lines cannot have more than one point in common. This means when we draw any two lines, we can get only one point as a common. Right? So two distinct lines cannot have more than one point in common. More than one means one and one only. We cannot intersect, or we can say that two lines cannot intersect, never intersect in two different points. Okay, so this is the theorem. So as I have said that the theorem needs the proof. So to prove that, what we can do, we already study the axiom 5.1. And axioms are what? Axioms are the statement that are the universal truth. So let's suppose that the two distinct lines intersect in two different points. Right? That we have assumed that the two distinct lines intersect in the two different points. Now, according to the axiom 5.1, what is the statement of axiom 5.1? Axiom 5.1 states that, according to the statement, given two distinct points, there is a unique line that passes through them. If we have 2 points, then only one line can pass through that. Right? So, as we have supposed that two distinct lines are intersecting in 2 points. And according to the axiom 5.1, from two distinct points, only one line can pass through. So is there a contradiction? Contradiction means we cannot judge that which statement is right. But we know that axioms are the universal truth. So we have to accept the axioms. Why this contradiction is occurs? Because we suppose that two distinct lines intersecting in the 2 points. So our that assumptions of intersecting two line in 2 points is totally wrong. That means, so what is the right? Right is this thing that two distinct lines cannot have more than one point in common. So two distinct lines can intersect in only one point. So this is the proof of this theorem 5.1. Okay. So let us now study some of the exercise sum. So exercise 5.1, question number 1. So some true false questions are given. First statement is only one line can pass through a single point. Is this right or wrong? See, only one line can pass through a single point. If we have given only one point, then is that possible that only one line can pass through it? No. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can pass infinitely many lines from a single point. So this statement is false. Second statement. There are infinite number of lines which pass through two distinct points. This statement is wrong because we have just studied this theorem 5.1 that two distinct lines cannot have more than one point in common. And this statement said that there are infinite number of lines which pass through two distinct points. Is it not possible? Right? From the two distinct points, only one line can pass. Okay? Okay. Third statement is a terminated line can be produced indefinitely on both the sides. So this kind of postulate we have already studied, right? So this statement is true. If a terminated line means line segment which we can measure. Either it is a 5 centimeter, 7 centimeter, 8 centimeter, 100 centimeter. But fine. but we can produce it indefinitely both the side. So this statement is true. Okay, understand? Okay, so fourth statement is, if two circles are equal, then the radii are equal. What is this radii? This is the plural of the radius. If we are talking about the two circles, then we can say that both the radius as radii. Okay, so if two circles are equals, then the radii are equal. Yes, this statement is true. I have already said in the postulates that whenever the two things coincide with each other, then both are equal, right? Like if we take the two 1 rupees coin, then both the coins are coincide with each other because the radius are equal. So if two circles are equal, then the radii are equal. Statement is true. Fifth statement is, if AB is equals to PQ and PQ is equals to XY, then AB is equals to XY. So here we have given the three line segments AB, PQ and XY. We have said that AB is equal to PQ and PQ is equals to XY. Then AB is equals to XY. Is it correct? Yes. See, both the AB and XY, both are equal to the PQ, then both AB and XY must be equal. Remember, we have studied in the axiom that if two things are equal to the one thing, then both are must be equal. Right? So in this way, in this statement, now we have to use this statement as a line segment. If the line segment AB is equal to PQ and if line segment XY is also equal to PQ, then both the line segment AB and XY are equal. AB and XY both are equal. Okay, things which are equal to the same things are equal to one another. Right? So this statement is also true. Okay, so still now we have studied about the axioms, postulates and theorems. So let us clarify between all that things. So first thing is the statement. Statement is actually divided into the two parts. Some statement which are universal truth that we do not have to prove, and some statement need to prove. Right? So the statements which are universal truth, we know that we used to tell them the axioms and the postulates. And the statements that need to prove are called as theorems or prepositions. On which base we prove the theorem? We can prove the theorem on the base of the axioms and postulates. Right? One thing also we have to remember that where to use axiom and postulates use. Axioms are used in all over the mathematics, while postulates are used only in the geometry. Okay, so these some things I have prepared because you can clarify between all these things: axioms, postulates, theorems, universal truth and the statement we need to prove. Okay, so this is all about this lecture. Okay, thank you.